My name is Pastor Andy Schreier from Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'll never forget that day. My daughter was 4 years old. She had received vaccines as a baby, but now at 4 years old, she was keenly aware of what was happening. She had experienced pain. She knew it was something to be avoided. So the doctor told me to hold her tight in my arms and not let her move because he was going to put 2 shots in one arm and another shot in another arm. So I hugged my daughter tightly, and she looked at me like, "What's going on, Daddy?" I said, "Don't worry, Isabel. They're going to give you a couple shots. It's going to hurt for a moment, but then everything's going to be okay." That's when I could see the fear in her eyes. When they put that first shot in her arm, the tears started to flow, and she started to cry, and why? And I said, "Good job, Isabel. That's one. You only have 2 more to go, and pretty soon this is going to be all over." And as they went in to give her the second shot, she started to scream, "Why, Daddy? Why are you doing this to me, Daddy? Why?" And with that, the tears started flowing down my cheeks. And I tried to help her understand, "Isabel, this is for your good. It's only going to hurt for a little while, then it's going to be over. We're almost done." But for a 4-year-old, those reasons don't really make a whole lot of sense. They don't quite get it. So I had to simply hold her tightly in my arms and cry with her and assure her how much I loved her. But I'll never forget that day and those words, "Why, Daddy? Why are you doing this to me?" In fact, I was thinking about that day um, just a little while ago when I was with a group of Christians, and we were talking about why God allows suffering. Because of all the challenges to a Christian faith, of all the obstacles to believing in the God of the Bible, that is the question people struggle with most. Why does a God of love allow suffering? And the Bible gives many good answers. I mean, first of all, God isn't the cause of suffering, sin is. But God does allow suffering and use it for our good. And He promises that He's going to make it all work out for our good in the end. He also promises us that it's only temporary, that this too shall pass, that all our pains and problems at some point will come to an end. In fact, He promises us that one day we will live in the happiness of heaven where there is no more suffering or pain, all because of our Savior Jesus. But just like a 4-year-old, sometimes our simple minds can't always grasp or really understand God's reasons. I mean, you're in a hospital bed suffering from COVID, all by yourself, no visitors, nobody can come see you, on a respirator, struggling to breathe, wondering if you're going to live or die. At that moment, somebody simply saying that God will work this out for your good or talking about the transitory nature of suffering probably won't help a whole lot. When you're dealing with the heartbreak of a divorce, when your mother is diagnosed with cancer, when you see your children suffering, sometimes we just cry out, "Why, Daddy? Why are you doing this to me?" And our simple minds can't understand His reasons. And that's when we need to remember that we are a 4-year-old daughter sitting on her daddy's lap. Never forget, God has you wrapped in His loving and powerful arms. He knows how bad this hurts you. In fact, it hurts Him to see you hurting. Do you see His tears running down His cheeks? But He knows this is for your good. So I'm going to encourage you today. When you struggle with that question, why, God? When you're hurting, when you feel alone, when you can't grasp His reasons, trust. Trust that your daddy loves you.